Okay.
Alright, we're going to be doing level 2 of basic constructions. So the first one we're going to do here says bisect angle ABC at 66 degrees with ray BD. So the first thing I'm going to do is construct angle ABC. Clearly the vertex has to be B. I'll make this one C. I'll make it 66 degrees. So I line up my protractor, and here is where 66 degrees will be. So A will be somewhere over here. Now it's an angle bisector. So first thing I do, tip on vertex. Second thing, arc through the angle. Third thing, tip on one of the intersections. Fourth, arc through the angle. Fifth, tip on one of the intersections. Sixth, arc through the angle. And the final thing I will do is construct a ray. Okay, this will be point D. I know this because it's going to be ray BD. Okay, now the last question I have is, what is the measure of angle ABD? Well, here's A, here's B, here's D. It's an angle bisector, so it should have cut it in half. So this should be, 33 degrees. So I'm going to put 33, and hopefully that's what I've got. Let's measure it. 33 degrees. Beautiful! All right, cool. Now it says perpendicular bisect segment PQ at 6 centimeters. So the first thing I'm going to do is make a 6 centimeter segment, and I'm going to call it PQ. So I start at 0, not at 1, and go up to 6. If it's segment PQ, that means one end is P, one end is Q. I'm going to perpendicular bisect it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the point on one of the endpoints. I'm going to make an arc that goes for more than half of the segment, and then I'll go to the other one, make another arc. Where those two arcs intersect, I will add segment RS. So this one here will be R, this one will be S. Now here's the thing, it goes through T. Well, where's T? T is the place where they intersect. Through T. So now PT will be this distance. If the original was 6, then PT better be 3 cm. And of course the measure of angle RTP should be 90 degrees. Let's measure it just to be sure. 3 centimeters, right on the money. Measure of angle RTP, 90 degrees exactly. Okay, nice construction. All right, next. Construct equilateral triangle DEF with S equals 2 inches. Okay, so if S equals 2 inches, I'm going to first construct a segment. It's going to be 2 inches. So 2 inches. If it's DEF, I guess this can be D, this can be E, and F is the one that we have to construct. So, step 1, tip on endpoint. Step 2, get the measure of the segment. Step 3, arc above the segment. Step 4, opposite endpoint. Step 5, congruent arc above the segment. Step 6, add the segments. And of course, the place where the two intersect will be point F. These will of course be 2 inches, 2 inches. These will be 60-degree angles because they're congruent, and there are 3 of them, and they have to add up to 180 degrees. Last, perimeter. Well, perimeter means the sum of all sides, so this is a little preview. Basically, 2 plus 2 plus 2 is going to be 6 inches. And the area, this is hard. It's S over 2 squared times the square root of 3. So if S was 2, it's 2 divided by 2 squared times the square root of 3. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 1 squared times the square root of 3, sorry. 1 squared times the square root of 3 equals just the square root of 3 inches squared. If you don't understand this right now, believe me, it gets easy with repetition. That's why I'm showing it to you now, just to get used to it. Okay, that's that. So it's the square root of 3 inches squared. Okay, now construct line AB with C above it. Okay, so it doesn't say how long, so we're just going to make a line. We're going to call it A, B. It doesn't say where to put A and B, but they have to be somewhere on the line, and C will be above it. Okay, C. Now add line CD parallel to line AB, and then measure all angles. Okay, so we need to make line CD, and it has to be parallel. So first step for parallel lines is a line intersecting. What I'm going to do is I'm going to choose point A and point C, and I'm going to do this. All right, second step, tip on the intersection. Third step, we're making this arc right here. Fourth step, tip on the point. I'm going to make this arc. That was fifth step. Sixth step is get this measure with the compass. Seventh step, tip here. Eighth step, intersect here. And step 9 is our parallel line. Cool. Seems pretty simple. If this is C, then this must be D. So here is line CD. It says to measure all angles, so we're going to grab our protractor. This one here appears to be 49 degrees. Now let's use a little bit of common sense. These should be alternate interior angles. If the lines are parallel, this one should be 49 too. So let's see if it actually is 49. And it's 49 and a half. It's right between 49 and 50. We'll call it 50. Why? Because I'm not ashamed if what I do isn't perfect. It should be close, not perfect. Okay, this one here, this will be a linear pair, so what are we going to get here? We are going to get 131 degrees. And as a linear pair, they should have to 180, and they do. And this one here, I'll turn it for you. This one probably should be 30 because it should be a linear, or 130 because it should be a linear pair with the 50, and it does seem to be 130 degrees. So there you have it. Of course, this one here will be vertical to this one, so it's going to be 49. You can measure it to check. And this one here will be 131. This one here will be 130 because they're vertical, and this one will be 50. And there you have it, parallel lines. All right, thanks a lot. I know it was fast. Rewind, go slow, repeat, follow along. You should be all right. Thanks.